Hi, my name is Basti, and this is L&B Fishing. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make a homemade fly rod. What I'm going to use is a bamboo for the rod, and I purchased this small reel off Amazon. I'll put the link down there. This cost about £5. Now, this reel was already fitted with 5-weight fly line. All I need to do now is just add a tip. So I'll probably use a £5 tip, something like that. Now, if you're an L&B subscriber, which you should be, you would have seen my cousin's video last week. Yeah, Luca did a nice episode down at the river in Kenya, and he used a small, probably 5-foot fly rod. However, considering I don't have $199 on me, I can't afford that. So instead, I'm going to make my own. Stay tuned. It's perfect for cutting the type of bamboo I'm going to use today. Ideally, the fly rod I'm about to make needs to fit in this case. So I would say this tube is about 4 or 5 feet. So I'm going to measure this up and then measure this length on the bamboo. There we go. This is 90 centimeters. So I'm going to pick the fly rod from one of these. I'm not a biologist, so I wouldn't know what type of bamboo this is, but it's definitely not indigenous to England, that's all I know. But it's very sturdy, strong, light. It's bamboo. It's perfect for everything. I think I've chosen my my bamboo. Looks perfect. Now I'm going to use the saw here to cut it. So yeah. Perfect. So here I have my bamboo, and now what I'm going to do is cut off all these side branches that go out from the main trunk. And by doing that, I can use the saw again. Just like that. I'm now just going to cut the top bit off. It looks a bit too thin, and plus I wouldn't be able to get the eye screws through to make the fish eyes. So, yeah, very delicate. You don't want to snap it. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and just cut the rest of these side branches off. There we go. See that? Pretty straight. It's quite hard to find a really straight piece of bamboo, especially this type. Quite a small type of bamboo. But yeah, not bad. Now, yet to come is the cork handle and putting in the eye screws. So now it's time to do the cork handle. And of course, my dream would be to get it like this. However, that might be slightly tricky. It's going to be my first time doing it, but might as well have a go. So by doing so, I'm going to get a few corks, maybe from my parents, from wine bottles, and cut them into segments, and then drill holes through them, or cut through them, so they can thread on onto the back end of my bamboo fly rod. Should work. So I'll get back to you with all the cut out pieces of segments. Nice. Well, this took a long time, but there we go. Corks and cut them into segments of about 1 centimeter in width and just drill holes through them. Hopefully they're going to fit. Maybe not too loose. It'd be nice if they were quite tight. If they don't fit firmly without any glue or anything to help them stick, then I might just put a bit of super glue. See what works. What I've also done is sanded away the branding on the cork, so you just get a nice cork finish. like so. Now what I'm going to do now is transfer them on, maybe come up with a pattern. So I've got different grains of corks. As you can see here, there are 3 different grains there. You've got this one, and that one. So might do a pattern. Let's start with this one. This one on. And there we go. So I'm going to try and make the handle around this big. You have the fly reel coming back out here, like this. I'm going to sand this just to make it a bit easier to put them on. Just tear, bit of sandpaper like this, and simply just cup it and turn like this. As you see, just a bit smoother, a bit easier to put these on hopefully. See if I get this. There we go. Slides on. So I think this handle might be a bit too small. Let's just see. Looks fine. I might make it one section longer. Let's see. Start one on the back like so. And feed the reel in through that. And then through there. There you have your socket. Of course it's not that firm. I'm probably gonna tape it and then put the cork on. But there we go. Rough, but nearly there, I guess. Cool. It look a bit nicer. Clear up this sandpapered rough end here. Just squeeze another one on. There you have it. Now I'm just gonna sand it down, make it a bit smooth. I'm gonna glue them down because they're a bit loose. But yeah, not too bad. Now after this, I'm just gonna put the eyes in, and hopefully we'll have a bamboo mini fly rod. So this is what it looks like at the moment. Not too bad, a bit of a bend, but so to make these cork segments stick a bit better, I am going to use super glue. I'm going to apply the glue just in between the segments and around this, and then slide it up like so. Oh, while that's drying, I'm going to make the guiding. I'm going to use these small 25mm diameter fisheye screws, and I'm simply just going to place them in between every section of the bamboo. So one for every eye screw, just to make it a bit easier, I'm going to make a small indentation with just a simple screw, just to make it a bit easier. I need to have 9 guiding holes for this rod. So I've got a big one to start off at the male end of the rod, and as you progress further up the rod to the tip, you have the smaller eye screws, which are probably about 10mm in diameter. Push in like so, and any second now it should pop through. There we go. And from there I can place my first eye screw. There's the first one. I'm just going to do the rest. I'll get back to you. Just coming to the tip now. Last 2 to go. And there we have all the guiding done. All the loops in place, all the way up to the end there. So now, finishing touches, I'm going to sand down the handle a bit, make it look a bit nicer, and add the reel, and there, we're good to go. There we have it, fly reel fitted, all the guiding done. Are you happy with that? This homemade bamboo fly rod is about 4 foot. Perfect for getting through forest, fishing small streams, good for traveling, especially in that case. And considering bamboo is quite strong, I'm sure it can take some decent fish. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Now, if you want to see this fly rod in action, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, as next week I am going fly fishing with this rod. See you then.